So let's load up our peacetime settings. Okay. This is the last thing we have to go to. Sensors detect active technology within the wreckage, but no life. Active systems could be automated defenses. We can spare the synthetics. Technology was just a backup memory systems running at minimal capacity. 2 of the ship's modules are completely intact. No bodies discovered. We scrapped the entire vessel and recovered our printed disposable bots as well. Okay, cool. Okay, rail accelerator can. So we do have a weapon, and then we have a non-combat sensor DIY 2. I have no reason to take this because, again, it's a DIY part, so I assume we would be able to build it. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. So this takes up metals, which is something we're going to have in better supply than the explosives, that's for sure. Let's click on one of these cannons. So it's faster firing, about the same accuracy, has a different damage area radius though. Ignores shield, so that's the same. Does less damage. But we really should take it, even though we're going to lose a lot. Maybe we get rid of this because of just how much ammo it expends. Of course, by removing this, we're going to have to open up a storage slot. I feel like it's funny that we paid for points to have these cannons, and we're not really even going to end up using them. At least not immediately. Who knows? We might not use them at all. So we could scrap them, though, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, let's go ahead and get the fuel tank. Build up a little bit. Then we'll swap this. It's going to reduce our damage output quite a bit, but it will make us more sustainable for the time being where we're running low on explosives. All right, let's open up star map and actually the sector map. So we wanted to go here, I think. Let's check down at Sech. We just call it Sex. Ah, there's that local warp gate. So that's probably where that went. We've got a friendly and an unfriendly in this area. Let's just prepare for the unfriendly as a precaution. And then jump down here. Yeah, a large militarized trade ship is approaching. It seems to be armed with 5 projectile weapons and several nukes. Okay, so it's a smuggler. May our profits accelerate, fellow consciousness. Let us trade forms of energy for mutual profit. Our fleet will be leaving the system after this meeting is over, so it's a truly once-in-a-body time offer. And then they have not that reputable thing. I will sell an exotic to them, though, to get some credits. We actually really do need the credits, because we're going to need to do some extensive repairs here. And usually the smugglers offer you pretty good prices. Alright, we're close enough that I'm alright with triggering this without switching over. Protect 2 small Rat Empire ships approaching tactical weapons range. They're using some kind of robust auxiliary jamming device that prevents us from analyzing their ships at this range. Alien vessel, this star system is Rat Empire property, and according to local rules, all alien visitors must pay the property visiting tax or be immediately destroyed. Okay, so yeah, this should be easy enough, I think. Start targeting one, and switch over to the other one. Our point of defense takes care of their weapons fairly easily enough. Okay, so these guys are kind of dead in the water. I'm gonna start changing my target here. We'll keep the railgun firing away at the enemy down this way. Barrel Accelerator does not use explosives to propel metal bolts, but needs a lot of power. Oh. I don't... We're running into any power issues. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of power to spare with our ship. Okay, that one's dead. Let's switch our rail cannon back over here. This guy's burning and about to die anyway. Okay, we salvage them, get a couple modules. It's another bridge you don't need. And another printed engine we don't need. Now, why can I not turn the synthetics into fuel? That's something we should be able to do. Is it not enough? That's probably what it is. It's not enough. Well, instead, why don't we use that to upgrade something? As a matter of fact, another weapons slot. What kind of slot is this that I'm on? It's just an internal. I guess this is our best candidate for that. It's going to cost us 100 fuel, 10 exotics, 900 metals, 500 synthetics. Pretty expensive, but it will give us another weapon. Fortunately, a weapon we probably cannot arm at the moment. At least we've got the process done, and we're not going to have to dump any excess. Alright, so we're more or less ready to go for another weapon system if ever we get the sustainability on in our favor. We'll probably equip this once we get to the final area. But for now... Okay, so we got a trade signal here. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. We'll go to this planet, and then we'll go to the space station. Oh, we're in combat setting. Oh. Non-combat settings. Our one pet should always be assigned to this. There's a small station on the orbit of this otherwise uninteresting planet. Sending a trader signal, but its credentials are unknown. This could be a trap or a meeting place for criminals. Let's dock with them nonetheless. The station seems to be selling exclusively worthless junk, except for a shady pair of Githyankis that offer a 5-barreled mystery mining laser for dirt cheap. No refunds, of course. I'm going to take it. Module was delivered to the mothership cargo bay. It has 5 barrels as promised, but the 5th one doesn't do anything except increase power consumption. It seems somebody has partially repaired the broken barrel with explosive plastics. Remove that part. Okay. Well, it's still a laser weapon. So we will install it. Half-broken mining laser that used to have 6 barrels. Low accuracy when compared to military beam weapons. I mean, that's fine and all. It's better than nothing, and it doesn't consume anything, and we've got plenty of energy to power it. I mean, right now, every system on our ship is powered, and we still have plenty of power to spare, so I'm not really worried about it too much. I mean, obviously, I'd prefer to have better weapon systems, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go ahead and go to this planet. See what we got. Gravity here is too strong for surface operations. Alright. I don't want to fly through these asteroids, so we're going to go back the way we came, more or less. Alright. Hoping we got repairs here. That may not be the case, though. And sadly, it is not the case. So we're going to buy star fuel here instead, because it's nice and cheap, We don't want to buy so much, though, that we are at a point where we can't really do repairs. So I'm going to do, let's say 150. Okay. Alright, so this puts us in a position where I really need to get the repairs done, but I don't want to go to the exit just yet. Looks like there may be 2 space stations over this way. We don't see a space station there, but it does look like there are 2 space stations here, so I guess we will jump to Goot. There shouldn't be any enemies in this sector, so we'll stay on our peacetime. We got a fuel trader. Let's trade forms of energy for mutual profit. This is actually not good prices for fuel, in my opinion, because that fuel station that we just left had better prices than them. Now, they may throw in extra for me, but I don't have the money. I don't have the exotics for this. We could sell our 1 exotic, though. We accept this consumable as an additional token of our gratitude. Okay, so we get some organics and some synthetics on top of all that. Again, it's making us dump the food. Well, I don't have a choice here. Still don't understand why we are not getting the conversion. Alright. Let's go to Goot 1, planet with ecosystem. I'm a little worried, though, we're going to get organics out of that. Let's go to the space station first, because we can always sell organics. Alright, first things first, mark all damage. That cost me 375 to get the repairs, which is a lot. Let's sell a bunch of our organics. I'm going to be willing to go down to, say, 200. We kind of don't have much else that we can sell. So we can do our repairs, but we're not going to be able to really buy any modules here. Not sure we'd really want to, necessarily. Although, fusion reactor is definitely worth the price of, you know. Ugh. And this is probably good to pick up, too. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the ship repairs. Did we do the final fight here? Because we've got as many weapons as we're going to get. We're fully repaired. And we're more or less ready. The only thing that we may be able to pull off is getting more crew members. Let's go ahead and go over here first. Strong electromagnetic interference and massive storms prevent us from scanning the planet's surface from orbit. We cannot see what's down there without entering the atmosphere. Okay, we'll explore the planet. Like storms in the atmosphere. Screw you, game. So we take damage to our ship. Well, I guess I'm gonna go get that repaired. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking we just do this exit fight. We see how it goes, and then maybe we do some more exploration depending on the resources we get. Or we just leave. This long-range warp gate is property of Red Empire. Those who wish to pass must pay the gate tax. I warn you that those questioning the Imperial rules for everyone else will be executed, and I have a nuke. So do I. I have actually a few nukes. We will ready ourselves. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh, we got a metal object out there. Let's go ahead and load our combat settings, because I didn't do that. Let's also install our one nuke. So, cargo, nuke, put it there. All right, I think we're more or less ready to go. All right. Let's just go ahead and fight them. They got a nice big ship. They got a lot of point defense. All right. I'm gonna aim that gun there. A lot of this stuff is not stuff we necessarily want to hit. What we want to be hitting is their power. Our lasers are probably not going to be that much of effectiveness here. We'll just fire those away anyway. And then I want to wait until the weapons are like close to loading. 2, 1, okay. Actually, these three are all going to fire at about the same time, so let's give it a little bit more time. All right, that's probably good enough. We're gonna have one nuke hit right here, because that's where a lot of their power generation is. I'm hoping that their point defense is going to be occupied. Okay, it didn't go anywhere near where I told it to go. One of the frustrating elements of nukes. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe I should have paid attention to what side it was coming from. And firefighters are on it. You get over there. Again, it's not aimed at where I want it to go, so we just wasted yet another nuke. Okay, they're sending guys over. We should have plenty of people on security. Ah, jeez. I don't want to waste our best nuke if it's just going to get shot down again. Oh, shoot. I need to change that. Thank you for pointing that out. I was playing Slay the Spire as an intro, and I just forgot. Alright. Thank you for pointing that out. Hopefully it's updated now. Hold on. Alright. Okay, their nuke just came in. Well, I think they do, right? Like when you click on it, it shows where it's supposed to go, and I right-clicked over here, but for whatever reason, the nukes came over here, right into the teeth of their point defense. So, I don't know what's up with that. Alright, we got plenty of... Oh. How are you doing? You're almost dead. That's not good. You've also been sitting here repairing this for a long time. What's taking you? Alright, let's get a medical bay installed here. Alright. I feel like this is new. Okay, that's you over there. Alright, so that was their attempted boarding action. Taken care of. Okay, they're almost dead. So we wasted a lot of nukes on these guys. Okay. Med bay is installed. You go over there and get healed. We also have a drone repair bay, but I'll wait on that. There we go. I mean, man, we had a lot of problems earlier on in the stream too. Like, this has not been a smooth run. I don't know if some of this is like bugs that worked in with the latest patch or what, but we had our own ship weapons attack our own ship at one point. They just started targeting the center of our ship, and it took me a little while to notice it. So we got hit several times and actually lost one of my modules here, which was a little bit annoying. Okay, let's compare these two. So this is more fuel efficient, gives us better evasion, gives us more hit points, and is faster. So yeah. I think we scrapped the printed engine. I mean, it's arguable that this is the better engine between the two. This should hold more. And we have a point defense gun. Now, I do have hybrid mounts around the ship. This is not one of them, I don't think. This was one of them, but I upgraded it. This is the other one, which I'm using as a fuel tank right now. We could move that. Let's put this. This is going to be somewhat annoying. Well, I have to scrap something. Let's scrap this. Okay. Store. We're not going to do that just yet. Okay. Let's switch this back over. You get back onto repairs. Actually, we want our drone repair bay. Okay, so that's new. That was not something... That's something they've added. Okay. So I was going to move that to there. I'm going to put this in storage. We can because we're full. Oh. I got to repair that. But of course the fire is there long enough. Alright, let him do his thing. Apparently we have another one of those holes somewhere. Let me go to the exterior. Repair that. Alright. Okay, what was I doing? You go there. You should be a hybrid slot, right? I mean, maybe it doesn't make sense to have that installed, but we don't need as many labs as we currently have installed, so I have no problem putting that in there. Okay. I think we're more or less ready to go. So the question is, do we leave? Or do we try and explore a little bit? No, I think there is at least one enemy fleet over here, yeah. Let's load our combat settings. I mean, fuel's a little bit of a question, but I'm hoping if we get more combat, we can maybe get something going with that. Okay. Then there's enemy ships up here too? No? What about down here? Okay, so that's the only enemy we may encounter. So let's get the fight. And then we'll check out the space stations. I think that's alright, and then we'll go from there. Okay, let's load our on-combat settings. Okay. Settings. Give that a second. Maybe prefer you to man that instead. You get on the laser. Okay. All right, let's move into the combat zone. Small fleet of ships is approaching tactical weapons range. They're using some kind of auxiliary jamming devices and decoys to make the exact contents of their fleet unclear from this range. This is nothing personal, we just need to feed our families. Okay. So just a singular ship. Pretty kitted out, although a lot of it is laser weapons. Alright, power systems. Is that their only power system right here? Specifically aim at that. They do have shields that are, I'd say, fairly strong, although... Or they have a shield generator, not that I see, so we could probably knock the shield down fairly quickly. Alright. They do have a single point defense. Yeah, we already knocked their shields down. Our lasers might be able to do the job. Go ahead and just hit stop firing here. Now let's see what happens. Do they all... Look! They did it again. I have to take a screenshot of this, I think. So when you hit stop firing, it targets the center of your ship. Then when you hit stop firing, it doesn't actually make it... So that is a massive bug that they worked into this latest patch. And I found that out the hard way, as in I took a huge amount of damage as a result. So there's no way to turn your weapons off now. That is annoying as all piss. I guess I'll just keep firing then. I'd rather fire on them rather than my own ship. Yeah, as soon as I go to break, which I'll do in about half an hour, I'm going to go ahead and send that along to the developers. Because that is a really bad bug. Okay, we already have one of these, so we can easily scrap this. I'll have to try that. But the button, when I pressed it, it aimed my gun at the center of my ship. Next time I get into a fight, I'm gonna hit Z and see if that works. I don't think it does it every single time. I'm not really sure. But it did that to me one other time. The time that it happened, at first I thought because there were two ships, I had blown up the one, and then the other one was on fire and was probably going to burn out. So I told my weapons to stop firing, and I was watching the ship. I was like zoomed in on it. So there was a lot of firing before I realized what was going on, and then I could hear the firing, and I was like, wait a second. The enemy ship doesn't have any weapons. What the hell's going on? So then I looked over here, and I could see a whole ton of damaged modules in here, and I was like, did they send over boarding crews and I missed it? So then I started ordering all of my little bots here to defend, like, you know, boarding actions. And then I waited, and I went back over here, and then I heard the firing again, and I went back over, and then I saw that all of my guns were aimed at the center of my ship. So I got hit several times by my own weapons due to that bug. So our start here has been really made rough because of that. I was trying to conserve ammo that I didn't conserve. I ended up having to pay for huge amounts of repairs that I wouldn't have had to have done. So this run got kind of like really nosedived because of that. Yes, I left-clicked the button. Yeah, I left-clicked it. And then I was left-clicking the button over and over again, and it was not doing the stop firing. Now, again, I didn't press the Z key, so I'd have to try that again, but I have repeated that bug now twice. So... okay. So you can target your own ship, but this was doing it when I was pressing the stop firing button, and that's a left mouse button, not a right mouse button, because right mouse button is the target, right? So that's a definite bug. Well, I screenshotted it, and I'll discuss it with the dev team. Hopefully they can iron it out fairly quickly. All right. I mean, there just was a patch, like, maybe an hour before I started streaming, so it could have been a bug that got worked in with the patch. Just something that was overlooked. Or, you know, just got messed with during the changes, so it might be something that's just one of those things that they're going to do a hot fix for. I don't know what the bug was entailing, so it may have dealt with this. I really don't know. All right, so we can upgrade our cryosleep, because right now we only have 2 slots. It may be worth it, but we're really low on money right now. Let's go ahead and repair. I really do need more crew if I can get it. So I may end up selling something to get the crew, but let's just see what we got. So we got a B-droid. Unfortunately, not good growing skill, which is really what I'm gonna try and prioritize here. We got an insect. Ah, there we go. These guys are always pretty good at that. We need 218, and I've got 35. All right. Of the resources I seemingly have in abundance. Let's sell synthetics here. We'll go down to like 450. That's more than enough. We'll buy this guy. Not really good at anything else. We also need crew. Like, we're desperate need of crew. We need crew to man our guns. We don't have that. We need crew to grow food for us. We kind of have that, but we could have better. And right now we're running an organic deficit, so... Although we should have more groweries than I currently have, but that's one of the issues with the damage that happened to the internals of my ship. We could do a DIY thing, because that's what we already have, just to, like, get that going. I would have to scrap something to make room. Probably this organics container is unnecessary, because we have a bigger one. If this gets blown up, that would be a problem, but... for right now... Alright, so if I remove this... we lose some storage. Do I have a slot that is being taken up by something that we really don't need at the moment? Not that I see. How much synthetics does this hold? 350. So we'd lose a lot of synthetics if I did that. And we need this. We could probably remove this. Just put that in storage. Yeah, that will work for now. And then we'll move this. And we'll get another one of these DIY micro growery thing. Hopefully I didn't already pass it on me. Ah, there it is. So 100 synthetic, 3 exotic, and a little bit of organic. So our new crew member just acquired this person. Now we're running a positive. You're not good at guns, which is kind of what I need. What about the other bee droid? Yeah, they both are not really good at it. And they're good at skills that we don't need. As a matter of fact, there's not a single crew member here that is good at guns, so... I guess we just move on. Let's save this, though. Ah, alright. It could be just one ship, though, too, because, like, this is the first time I've ever used this ship. I really don't know if it's specific to this ship or not. We really desperately need money, so I'm going to sell the exotic for 55. Okay, we get a small gift of fuel, which we also need. Okay, let's go to the Rat Emporium. Okay, so this is much needed. So we've got the Death Tail laser times 2. Oh, no, wait, Killer Claw laser. What's the difference? Same description. Slightly more damage. But also a longer fire time. Okay. And then we've got an Imperial Gatling gun. Which I would imagine is better than this. Oop. Let's see. So same time, better accuracy, same there, more damage. So this is a flat upgrade. So if we want to keep using well, Gatling guns, definitely we should replace that if we can afford it. We have a DIY microgrewery. We already made one ourselves. Science lab times 3. How many people can work this science lab? 2. Whereas this one is 3 people. If we were to buy that, I'm not saying we would. Like, see, this is yet another thing that we really don't work over there. we don't really need this. So let's open up the cargo. We'll put the metal storage down. We still have 2 people working science, which is fine. And I really feel like we don't need this lab. And okay. So we need 400 to be able to buy this. 400 pretty much across the board. If we wanted to buy any of these systems. Okay. Well, let's dig into our pockets, I guess. See what we can get. So we don't need repairs. We also have crew members. You're pretty good at guns. Yeah, you're both good at guns. If we pick you up, we wouldn't be gaining any more. The crew members are probably more important than the guns right now, in my opinion. So let's sell some more synthetics, I think. We'll go down to 350. That's still not going to give me enough money. We'll go down to... My name got added to the name pool. Oh, for the different characters. That's good. Okay, that's enough. So you are better than that person. Also, you're good at growing. So during non-combat time, although this person's better at it, I'd rather have the person that is decent. Okay, so of the people that we currently have growing, is there somebody that's not as good at it? You're a 2, so I mean, it doesn't really make sense for you to do it over this guy. Okay, cool. Let's see where else we're going to put that crew member, though. So you're good at just about nothing other than growing. Guess we'll just put you in the freezer because there's not really anything else worth doing. That over there. All right. Ah, come on. Or asleep. Okay. So now we have +5, so we're doing slightly better than we were doing before, and we have more crew members to man guns and things. That's good. Go ahead and save that. Okay. So we've been to both of those places. I guess we get out of here at this point. There's no more fights, which is going to be the main way we're getting resources, so... Oh, you know, I didn't check. Did they have explosives? Because if they did, we should have bought them. They did, and they're cheap. Oh, thank you for the follow as well. You know, that reminds me, I need to name some of the crew members. Alright, well, Brad is going to be named after me. I always have one crew member that's named after myself. If there's not already a mouse. Okay. And... who's my main gunner? I always like to have somebody... Okay. Oh, the person we just bought. That is going to be... I'm just going to call you man. Shorten it. And one more crew member. And... I don't actually remember if this person runs shields or not. But we'll have Dream Cult be the bee droid that's our scientist, I guess. Alright, cool. Alright, we're gonna sell some stuff. I'm going to sell an exotic here. We'll buy as many explosives as we can. Might even sell some organics Just because we're a little on the desperate side right now. Alright, that'll do. Moving on. Let's jump back over here. Get out of this sector. Oh, that's right. We never went to this metal object. It's a log cargo container with old Earth design. These containers were historically used to transport mundane commercial supplies. Well, we'll open it nonetheless. We'll get a module. Oh, exotics. Might as well just scrap that right now. Okay. So, moving on. A fortunate coincidence helps you prepare better for the upcoming journey. Or is that one of those ones where you just get extra fate points or something? Guess we'll find out. Okay. Alright, so this is the pirate one. This is a pretty tough sector from the times that I've gone through it. But we've got a more combat setup. Ah. Not sure it makes any sense to go to the ship repair place. Let's go to the shipwreck. Running a little low on fuel. This is a partially dissolved shipwreck. It seems to be a victim of space life, as there are no obvious signs of looting. Alright, let's scavenge it. Found a decent blaster in the ship, along with numerous useful bits. Alright, cool. It is a... I've never seen this before. This weapon has good rate of fire and accuracy, but its particle projectiles are slow and don't penetrate energy shields. Okay. Yeah, that can be tough. Boarding actions can be really tough in this game. Oh, that reminds me, we have to level up our crew. With this ship, I kind of like, because it is a I don't want to spoil too much for you if you haven't gotten to the late game, but there could be moments where boarding actions could be challenging. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not sure it's letting me open up my crew right now. So, but I have a whole bunch of these little drones with flamethrowers on them. That hopefully will help us in case something like that happens in this adventure. Let's do a quick comparison between our laser weapon here. I might want to transition to energy weapons if I can, just so we don't have to rely so much on ammunition. So that's more energy, but it fires faster. It's not quite as accurate, but it does more damage. Okay. These weapons are really good, so I'm hesitant to replace them. I guess we could replace this, even though it's served me well. It's kind of one of these things with this game where you kind of want to go one or the other. You either want to go really heavy on energy weapons or you want to go really heavy on the projectile weapons. And going 50-50 is probably not the best move for us to do. We've also been struggling with our explosives. We just have not had a lot because of how much ammunition dependency we have. So I'm going to make this decision now. We could always change it later. All right. We need to do all our level ups. Okay. I think I'm going to want to load our combat settings, just so I'm sure where people are going to be. But I think that a couple of my people aren't quite set up yet. So this guy needs to be set to gunner as well. Question is, which weapon should he man? Looks like he's going over there, which I'm fine with. Okay, who else has an assignment? Yeah, okay, you have an assignment. We only have 2 people on the bridge crew. Here are two people that are run shields. Okay. You aren't particularly good at anything, but we could put you as our last bridge crew person. All right. Guess that's what I'll do. Okay, so let's level up accordingly. So Dream Cult, you're going to get a level in shields. You're going to get a level in gunnery skill. We are just really lacking of good gunners. So hopefully we can boost this up before we get to the late game. Bridge officer. Shields. A lot is going to depend on those guys as well. Keeping our shields up in case we face off against good energy weapons. That's our best gunner. The bridge crew. You're on weapons. You're not really particularly good at it, but that's okay. We'll level you up for it. Finally you, which will go ahead and give you that bridge skill. Alright, everybody go back to your... Well, let's save these settings first. Oops. May have just screwed that up. No, it's still good. I meant to hit save, not load. Yeah, it looks like there's some cool things, like the confirm thing on this. That's not a nice touch. So you don't accidentally save when you don't want to. I haven't looked at it in detail. You know what? We're about to wrap up the stream here. I'm going to do a couple little level up things. And we'll take a look at that patch and just talk about what it is. I always put the cat on warp. The warp jump in case like there's an emergency warp out that we need and the other crew members are busy. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So I think we're going to wrap up here. This is a good stopping point.